Hey there, YouTube. Today we're going to talk about if the newer Polaris Sportsmans are junk and if you should invest into one. And let me get into it. I mean, this thing's held up great. It's a 2021 570. It's got 1,200 miles on it. I've driven it in about every terrain possible, and it's held up great. I grew up driving Yamaha and Honda, and these things are very different from that. It's got a lot more power. I honestly didn't like Polaris growing up, I'm going to be honest. In fact, I hated them because I had a lot of friends that had them that had a lot of issues with them. So I never really thought about buying one. But once I saw some of the changes that these newer ones had for the better, I had to at least try it out. And let me tell you guys, I didn't think I'd have it for 2 years already. I mean, I thought I'd sell it by now, but this thing's just been so fun. So let me get into why I decided to get the 2021 model. And firstly, they had the battery down there on the 2020 and prior models. And I don't need to get into why that was stupid by them. But they moved it up here. So now you don't have to worry about mud getting all over it like it would be down there. I don't know why it was down there at all, but I'm just glad they fixed it. Let me get into a negative. The 2021 models have this weird plastic front rack that's held on by a wire connected to 2 plastic screws. If a little kid hangs off this thing, it's going to break. It's super cheap. If you put a lot of weight on there, it's going to break. So just keep that in mind. Honestly, it works good for just storing stuff under here, which is all I do with it. I don't actually put weight on here. So if you're planning on to buy this thing for work, get the 2022 or 23 570s because they have this thing completely just made better. This thing just sucks on the 2021. Another thing that I just don't like about this is they put halogens on here for $8,000. That's what I paid for this, brand new from the dealership. And they've got halogens on here, and not just any halogens. Let me show you. They are not bright at all. So if you plan on to ride at night, find something else to do because these are terrible. You got to change them out right when you get this machine. It's just, they're just terrible. And for $8,000, I don't know why I have to change something out right away. But that's just my opinion. Honestly, that's really not even like as bad as of a review as I thought I'd have to give it when I kept this thing for 2 years. So we're doing good. Let's get into the positives. This thing rides great. The seat is literally like sitting on a cloud. My Yamaha seat was comfy, but not like this. I mean, this thing's great. And I've got lower back pain, like major lower back pain. And every time I'm done riding, it honestly doesn't hurt at all, like it did on my Yamaha. So that's like huge. Secondly, the shocks on here, I think they're McPherson's, if I read the manual correctly. But whatever they are, they hold up great. They hit every bump smooth. And I'm not just saying that, guys. Like they really do hold up great. You can hit about anything on them, and it'll still come out flat. I mean, this thing doesn't pop up when you hit bumps really hard. The shocks are just awesome. They absorb everything. So, yeah, should you invest into one? Absolutely. This thing's belt driven, if you guys don't already know that, which some people hate that because they think it's annoying to change belts when they blow. First, I've only had to change it once. And that's just because I got past 1,000 miles, and you're supposed to do that when it gets that high anyways. It's not like I blew it. And secondly, with belt-powered machines, they're just faster. And that's one of the main reasons why I still haven't gotten rid of this thing is because of the power on it. It's crazy. It's just unreal. I don't know. For a 570, I thought it'd be a lot slower. But it's just been awesome. It's really, really fun to drive. I think I've gotten her up to 63 miles before. I think that's the top speed. Which, I mean, completely stock, that's just fine. That's just fine for me. Another reason why I love this machine is because it's just super basic up here. There's no sport mode, work mode, which some of you guys like, but I think all that stuff's just unnecessary. It's just like the basic high, low, neutral, reverse park. That's it. So I love how basic that is. It's nothing confusing. I just love it. I would say it's a little tricky sometimes to get the gas nozzle into here with these 2 walls. But honestly, that's like, it's really not hard once you get it figured out. It's really not hard at all. I got hand guards on here because my hands are getting scraped from all the branches. So yeah, that's the next thing I'm going to talk about is the looks on this thing are absolutely mean. I mean, I don't know another ATV that looks as mean as these Polarises. And you shouldn't buy ATVs based on looks, but I mean, come on. Like, this thing's just so sporty looking, like, and mean looking. The camera doesn't give it justice. I mean, this thing is just super sexy. So, yeah, should you invest into one? I think absolutely, if you get the 2021 and newer models. Yeah, they're expensive, but they're just better than the older ones. I don't know how else to say it. This thing's a ProStar engine. I know there's not a lot of reviews on ProStar engines, but I mean, it's held up great. I've got no complaints. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see some riding videos. I'll start it up for you guys before we leave. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.